Hello, it's been a while. These past few weeks have been very busy. I've been busy with a lot of projects for work, but also for myself, my own projects. So I really didn't have the time to make a video, which I know is an excuse. So I'm gonna try to be more consistent with this and to just get on here and speak my mind whenever I feel the need to. And there's one specific thing that I really want to talk about today, and that is the fact that being competitive could often be some good quality to advance in life or to go forward, to achieve great things. And it's not a fact, it's not based on any real data, it's just what I think of it and what I make of competitiveness and the benefits of that. And I want to share that with you. I want to talk about that with you to see if you agree, if it gives you an insight that you could maybe use in your personal life, in your own life. Because I know that for me, it helps me a lot being in a competitive setting. Because, of course, you have bad competition and good competition. It also depends whether the competition is kind of at the same level as you. And now I'm talking more about, competition in like a game, whether it's a video game or a game in real life, like tennis or football or a video game. But competition also shows up in other areas of life, like business, for example. And in those settings, often competition can be seen as something negative, something that you should get rid of as much as possible. And so I want to kind of make the differentiation now already and maybe go deeper in each of them separately because I feel like they're a lot different as a situation. So we have to put them in a different context. But what I would really, really love to focus on is the competition that you just build into your own life to advance in life. And what I mean by that is, for example, let's say you have the big goal to become a bodybuilder or to become very fit, lose a lot of fat, grow a lot of muscle, or build a lot of muscle. Then your goal would be obviously to go to the gym a lot, eat right, get your diet straight, and just be consistent with the program, with the planning that you've set for you to go to the gym. A lot of people start with that on their own and they rely on a lot of self-discipline and just intrinsic motivation to achieve this goal, which is very good. It's one of the greatest things you could do is just start something and really go for it yourself without really needing someone else to help you in that endeavor. But where competition comes in and could actually help you move forward is, let's say you have that same goal of becoming a bodybuilder or building a lot of muscle, losing fat, and a friend of yours has that same goal. Then suddenly it becomes this friendly competition and you start noticing that in your workouts as well, because when your friend does 10 reps, you want to do 11 or 12. And so it's this friendly competition, this not this need, but this want, this desire to do better than another person that kind of pushes you further than you would go if you were to do it alone. And I think that's very beneficial. Humans have always been social beings. We always need people around us, even though there's introverts who claim that they get energy from being alone, which is totally fine. And me, myself, I consider myself an introvert. I like being alone, doing my stuff in my room and working on the projects that I want to without really needing other people. But it would be a very big lie to say that we don't need other people in our life, especially the people that we love and that support us. But this friendly competition thing is super interesting because you could really implement it in any facet of life. Now I just gave the example of going to the gym and doing workouts and striving for weight loss goals, muscle building goals, but this could really apply to everything. And I notice it with myself I have been playing paddle for the last 2 years, which is a very new, big phenomenon as a sport. A lot of people are starting to get into that. And I've been playing it for the last 2 years. The first year, very on and off, sometimes a break for months at a time. But the last year, I've been playing very consistently. And so I noticed that because I have a group that I play with, I really want to get better at this sport just so I can beat my teammates and to be able to be regarded as a good player in the team. And you could say maybe that's an extrinsic motivation to kind of get validation from others, which I kind of agree with, but to some extent, every person has that. Why do you want the specific dream car? Yes, you want it because you like the car and you want to drive it, but it's also what the car signifies or what it means to have that car. Other people will see that car and think, wow, this guy has a nice car. We could lie as much about that as we want and say, oh, we do everything for ourselves, but there will always be an aspect of external validation to any goal that you have, in my belief. I could be wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's not based on data. It's just what I have in my mind, and I'm giving it to you because I want to talk about this because it seems interesting to me. So, friendly competition will always have an element of external validation where you really want to do something and achieve a goal to kind of prove someone wrong or to just be better at something than someone else. And a lot of people see that as a very negative thing, that you shouldn't always want to be better than someone else and that you should just accept that you're not good at something or some things, and that's life. You can't be good at everything. And I agree with that. You cannot be good at everything. And you need to accept where your pain points lie, the things that you're not really good at. But there's also a benefit to striving to do a lot more and to become better and to achieve greater and to go further. That's what has brought so much innovation to our world, because people had this idea that they really wanted to go for, a dream that they wanted to work for. A lot of people doubting them in most cases, saying that it wouldn't be possible, but they still try. They still try to go for it and achieve the dream. And sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. But it's always said, like, I don't specifically know who it was. A very famous scientist, I think, was it Nikola Tesla? Or, no, it wasn't Tesla. It was another scientist. I forgot the name, excuse me for that. But there's a very big story about this one scientist that failed many scientific experiments like hundreds of times in a row to finally hit on that one success that built his career. I think it was the inventor of the light bulb. Excuse me, but I don't remember the name right now. And so that shows that you kind of need this determination to achieve great things. The scientific story didn't really have friendly competition, but you can find that same element in friendly competition, is really wanting to do better than someone else, and that pushing you further than you would if you were to just base it on your own level of success, not looking at other people. So there really needs to be a balance between you just doing it because you want to do it. But for me, it's also good to have something that you want to strive for in being better than someone else. Maybe the external validation isn't really a good thing and isn't really something to strive for. But in some cases, it could be really helpful if you really want to go further and if you want to achieve great things. Literally every famous top sportsman, I would say, I think is a better word in English, kind of has this, right? You just want to be the best in the team. You want to get World Cups, you want to win trophies, you want to really go for it. And that's all competition. Because, of course, you're playing against other people and you want to achieve first place. It's motivated by this idea that you're the best. You are the expert at what you do. You're the best at what you do. And so I feel like if you have this dream to go for something, try to work in an element of competition, even if it's just with a friend and it's very superficial or surface level. That could already help you a lot. And if you don't immediately have friends who share that same dream or same passion, same interest, you could just look at other people and have a hypothetical competition with someone else. And I think that's just an interesting way to go about it, because I implement it in my own life. And I feel like this hunger to be the best also helped me move forward at a pace that was faster than my peers. But I don't want to make that sound cocky. That's not my intention. But it's just, if you have this desire to achieve something great, just go for it. And build in this fire under your ass to become the greatest in it. Because I feel like people that, and I'm now specifically talking about games, whether it's a video game or a physical game, people that say, oh, it's just a game, relax, they often just play for fun and they don't really advance. They don't really go all in and go really far, which is fine as well. Like, if you play for fun and if you just do things for fun, often these people are very happy. So that's not at all a problem. But I'm saying, if it's your dream to achieve great things, I don't think it's good to have this mentality of just relax, is just a game, or relax is just this, don't take it too seriously. I like taking things seriously and really going for it. I like that element of passion. And I feel like if you clicked on this video, you feel like that too. You feel like there's a fire within you to do great things and to really go for it. And you can't relate to people that don't take it too seriously, or that kind of don't believe in their ability to achieve a great dream. A lot of people I talk to nowadays, they don't seem to believe that they can do anything great. And that's really my sentiment. Maybe they do, but it doesn't feel like that. And of course, what is great is very subjective. Having a peaceful life in the woods with your family, for some person, that's success. That's everything they need. That's what peace looks like, happiness looks like. So I'm not saying what is great is like a unifiable metric, but there are gradations in the things that you can achieve. And I feel like a lot of people have so much potential to do great things and to go a lot further than they think. But life has just beaten that conviction of their ability out of them. And I feel like that's sad. It's sad for me to see that, because you must have had this in your own life where you talk to people and you see that they're incredibly gifted or talented at something, but they don't believe that they can do it. And for me specifically, that relates to online business. There's a lot of people nowadays, and I talk to them about online business and the new opportunities that exist with AI, social media, personal branding. And they all believe it's just a conspiracy theory and that it's not actually possible. But just look online, look on Instagram, look on YouTube, look anywhere you want, on LinkedIn even. There's people that are successful in their field that have a lot of followers, and you should not look at followers as a successful metric. But I'm saying a lot of people are succeeding in their own specific way, all around. You just have to look for it. And I believe it's possible, but a lot of people don't believe it's possible. And I don't really understand why. And I feel like they don't have this fire within, this fire to be the best, to really go for something and achieve a dream. And that's where I think a lot of people nowadays are going wrong, because it could really help them forward. They could really achieve great things. They have the capability, they have the talent, they have the, not the passion, but they have the yeah, the capability to do so, but they're just not taking action because they either don't believe or they don't have enough passion to really get into the what's it called, in the trenches, to go for it. And so that's what I would like to end on, is just, if you have a dream, don't let anyone convince you that it's not possible, that you cannot achieve it. Because it's possible. You just have to look for the opportunities. If someone else has done it, you know it's physically possible. Now, of course, there's always other elements that influence a success of a person, like the people they know, the places they are in. But a lot of it also comes down to, do you really want it, and are you going to go for it? Are you going to commit to go for it? So that's what I want to end on, is if you have this dream, don't let anyone stop you from going for it, and build in competition one way or another to push you further than without the competition. Because competition, in my opinion, keeps this fire alive, and keeps this passion alive for you to really go for it and to achieve your dream. So that's it for today's video. I hope it was insightful, or that you just like to hear me rant about this one thing. And I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next video. Before you go, I also have a little announcement. I created a community for polymaths, for people that have a lot of different interests and passions and don't really know what to do with them. So I have created a community for you to join, where you can be part of a tribe, as they call it on social media, of people that have so many interests that they don't really know what direction to go in. And the aim of the community is for me and for the others in the community to help you figure out what you can do with your interests and passions. So if you are interested in that, if you want to be part of that, you can always click the link in the description, and I hope to see you in there. Thank you.